Hi, everyone. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, in this video, I want to touch upon the fact that in 2022, I saw this in an interview. It was right before the 2022 midterm elections. And Bill Gates, and I can't find this video anywhere. I'm sure it's somewhere, but it said Bill Gates predicted a civil war. And we all know with globalists like Bill Gates, when they predict their pandemics and their civil wars, that they're saying that they're planning on it, basically. Expect it's coming. So it reminds me, and he also said it will be because of political polarization. Political polarization, left versus right. So, in other words, he's admitting that the globalists are going to stoke left versus right controversy and oppression back and forth in order to push for a civil war, which is what they want, in order to bring in their martial law, their robot dogs, and their digital currencies, and have you all locked down like in communist China. That's basically the bottom end of it. So if you're Bill Gates and Larry Fink, he's one of the globalists with Harry, Meghan, Larry Fink, Bloomberg, Oprah, the whole gang. And so they want civil war. They're going to push for it. So how would you push for a civil war? Well, one way is you assassinate a prominent person on one of the sides, right? And not only do you assassinate someone on one of the sides, the left or the right, doesn't matter which one, just pick one. This is the one now, but I'm sure the globalists aren't done. If they don't get their civil war, they're going to keep going. And I'm surprised. I mean, I'm expecting it, right? As soon as they assassinated Charlie Kirk, you knew that they would set no brainer that they would also the same nefarious forces would assassinate someone on the other side, and they would claim it was retaliation. And so bringing up the violence, right? Because there's no violence here between the left and the right. I mean, except for like the BLM, Antifa violence, but there hasn't been like street fighting two sides so much. But it is getting more angrier, and this is all intentional. But it's not just assassinating. It's not just that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, but the follow-up to it, right? So Charlie Kirk's assassinated. The FBI say it's somebody from across the street, a trans kid across the street did it. But the evidence doesn't support that. All of these ballistic experts, military snipers with sniper experience, have again and again multiple, not just one. Jesus Enrique Rosas has covered this. Candace Owens, this is Candace Owens' friend, so she's all into this in every detail. And the bottom line is multiple sources, credible sources, are saying no. That wound in the front of his neck is an exit wound. It's not an entrance. And they're saying Charlie Kirk was shot from the side or from behind, basically from the side. They're saying, and other things that are not adding up. They cleared up the crime scene right after it happened, etc. A lot of suspicious activity that looks like this was a setup by the globalists. And not only that, the fact that they have the FBI come out and lie and say, oh, it was somebody across the street, case closed, right? They know that people are going to investigate this. And another facet of this is watching this video over and over again to study the ballistics. It's like we're being desensitized. Number one, we're being desensitized to violence, because the more you show this type of violence in videos, this is how cults like Nexium trained people. They're trying to train the young women to become sociopaths, to become like assassins. So the way you desensitize people to violence to become more violent is you force them to watch violence and deaths and murders on videos. You desensitize them to it. So it just seems like another day on TV. So, and I've noticed that since Twitter has changed over to the new format, that in recent times I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter. I avoid it, but when I am on there, I come across a lot more violence over the years. It's gotten more violent videos that you'll see, whether it's the immigrants in Europe and UK, and see a lot more horrific things happening, disturbing things. And even on YouTube, I've noticed on YouTube, I've seen some disturbing videos with come out. It seems like they're bringing it up, boiling the frog slowly, bringing up the violent videos slowly. But then they just went ahead and assassinated Charlie Kirk, and so they make a controversy about it. They make a lot of brouhaha. And now, if they have official determination of it's a tranny across the street, then anything else can be labeled misinformation, right? And Bill Gates brings that topic, saying as well, I don't know if it's in this article, but other ones where he says the reason for this polarization is misinformation. Well, how do you solve misinformation? Well, you just need more censorship, right? Yeah. Oh, here it is. Political polarization, he says, goes hand in hand with another issue, the spread of misinformation. Yeah. So you see how that goes. And we saw that with COVID, right? If you went against their narrative, you were misinformation and you lost your platform on YouTube and Twitter. Don't I know? Well, it could be the same thing with this. They may turn around and accuse the other side of misinformation. I think that there is a lot of persecution going on around this. Anyone who said that, oh, he had it coming or something, got fired from their jobs, etc., which is wrong. I mean, it's freedom of speech. You have a right to say your opinion. So, I mean, this is, I believe, it looks to me like part of the globalist agenda to push more divisiveness between left and right, trying to get more violence, trying to get that civil war. They're tired of waiting. They want that civil war right now. They couldn't wait anymore. They had to publicly assassinate someone. And it's no coincidence that Charlie Kirk was wearing a shirt that said freedom on it. So that was, I believe, also a message from the globalists. Yeah, this is what we think of your freedom. We want to destroy it. We want to kill you and kill your family and kill your dog too. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna look into, is Bill Gates behind the Charlie Kirk assassination? Bill Gates and the other globalists, because it's really looking like it to me, and it certainly fits their agenda of moving everybody, polarizing people more and more, and pushing everybody towards a civil war. I mean, and just the controversy afterwards as well feeds into that, polarizing people. Now people are disagreeing over what's true or not. Was he shot from the front? Was he shot from the side? Et cetera, et cetera. There's the controversy as well, heating things up. There's no real investigation that's gone on, real official, authentic, true investigation. Everyone can see that. But there's going to be some people, just like in COVID, some people are going to push the official narrative. Well, MSN and the View, they say that there was only one lone shooter across the street. It must be him. While people who watch on social media, alternative media, they are going to be talking to ballistic experts who are in the military and saying, no, that's not where that shot came from. It's impossible. So, yeah, so this is what we're facing. Again, it is all potentially done by the globalists, Larry Fink, Bill Gates, Bloomberg, all the rest behind this, instigating all this with this public execution, as Candace Owens calls it. So let's take a look at this. Is Bill Gates and his gang of thugs, globalist thugs there, Larry Fink, and all the rest, the World Economic Forum, are they the ones who behind assassinating Charlie Kirk? Like I said, it wouldn't matter to them which side. They just want a civil war, right? So this time it's Charlie Kirk, right? Next time it could be somebody on the left, right? And they'll blame the right. Like they're doing right. They're trying to blame it on the left now. They're saying it's a lefty kid. Next time they'll kill somebody on the left and blame it on somebody on the right. They'll just get somebody who's MK Ultra or on SSRIs and get them to confess. Because apparently they're very good with the brainwashing there. They had some old guy in the audience saying, I did it. I mean, the craziness of what they're doing, the mind control. And this is what NXIVM was all about, too. It was all about that Claire Bronfman was funding. Claire Bronfman, the Rothschilds there. They're all about the brainwashing, controlling the narrative. This is why they need censorship. They always want to control that narrative, like Harry and Meghan. No, they're lies, but all they do is lie, 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 lie like a rug. So, anyways, let's take a look here. The globalist Bill Gates and his globalist buddies behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk. They're the ones that really did it. Yeah, I know. I also looked at Macron already. Macron is also part of the globalist group as well. So, but I'm wondering about Bill Gates's association with this. As I know Macron's probably, there's a whole group there. But let me see. Bill Gates. Bill Gates behind this? I'm gonna focus on Bill Gates since he's the one predicting civil war. Let's look at Bill Gates. He's predicting all kinds of things. That man, predictions, quote unquotes. Bill Gates. Let's focus on Bill Gates. Is Bill Gates involved behind assassination of Charlie Kirk? He knew it was coming. Yeah, let's see. What's he got to do next? All right, let's see. They've shuffled enough. Let's take a look. Bill Gates, Charlie Kirk. What's his involvement? What did he know? Was he involved? And if he's involved, that means Harry and Meghan are too, because they're all together. Let's see what cards show. Bill Gates. Oh, Page of Swords reversed. Yeah, well, he's certainly mouthing out about it. Well, the Civil War talk. I noticed he said that Civil War comment once. Maybe I should make this a little lighter in here. Let me try that. He made the comment about a Civil War once and then never mentioned it again, as far as I know. I think he, I don't know if it was a slip of the tongue or what, but this card actually looks like Charlie Kirk a little bit. Reminds me of him, a young man, he's very brave and very good at debating swords, taken out, right? Taking out somebody who's very good at debating, someone that a globalist could never argue with. The globalists aren't very smart. They blah, blah, blah when they have the microphone, just like Megalodon. But you never see them in a debate. They don't debate nothing. The only time the globalists talk, like Bill Gates and Larry Fink and all the rest of them, is when they have some sycophant talking head from the mainstream media who's like, oh, tell us, Morla, tell us, when's the next vaccine coming out? You got a flu mRNA vaccine, right? Tell us about it. Like they're totally catered to them and paid off by them. Sycophants. But you never hear a debate. They can't do what Charlie Kirk could do. Charlie Kirk could debate them under the table, and they knew it. They got rid of him. And Knight of Pentacles reversed. Oh yeah, that's taken out. Now we're getting the violence here. Now we're getting the hitman here. We're getting somebody paid off to destroy Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I think Bill Gates definitely involved somehow in paying off the hitman here for sure, to destroy, to kill the young man who's smarter than every one of the globalists and could actually debate, unlike the stupid globalists can't debate anything. They are just so brain dead Satanists. Yep. Bottom of it all, Page of Wands reverse. See the lies in the media, social media, the confusion, the chaos. And what's that expression again? Order out of chaos. The Satanists like so much, bringing the chaos with the social media and with the information and the facts. Not going to know the truth about it. They won't face the truth about the COVID or the shots or anything. Where it's like impossible. You have to do so much research, but you do really need to do your own research. You have to. Like I'm hearing so many lies that they're pushing out on the left, which could be the globalists pushing it out. The globalists have so many bots out there. But I hear a lot of lies about what Charlie actually said and what he stood for, and so many lies out there. The people lefties saying, "Oh, he was racist and this and that," and saying, "Oh, he said this or that and he never said it." So there is a lot of misinformation. I think it's intentional by the globalists. Yeah, so that's why I went and watched his videos myself because, I'm not listening to a lefty, but certain lefty channels that we know and enjoy are unfortunately falling for the lies. So we all have to be very careful of what, do our own research on these people. As much of a pain in the ass as it is, pardon my French, particularly when it's anything about Trump, you have to go watch the video yourself, yeah, whatever, whoever it may be, but particularly controversial people. But anyways, the basis of it all, judgment reversed. Yeah. So I take this, judgment is a new beginning, a new world, uh, bringing out the death, with the, but bringing, and I feel that with this reversed is that, they want to bring in the new world order, right? This is all new beginning, like, "Dur, dur, dur," welcome to the new world order now, new prison system. You're in your little boxes here. You're imprisoned in your little boxes. So I get that, the globalists and Bill Gates are getting frustrated that it's taken so long and that they want more war. This could be because his trumpet, they, trumpets with war. They want more war. They want to rile people up. And they're tired of waiting for the new world order. Everything's taking too long. They want more fighting. Everything that's happening in the UK and Europe is intentional. The immigrants and the rapes and the assaults and the robberies. They and even there. I remember Klaus Schwab saying a few years ago before he stepped down. He said, "Oh, the world is going to get to be an angrier place. It's going to get much angrier." Remember that? So this is what they're talking about. They're purposely trying to heat up, and Charlie, unfortunately, I believe, was to heat things up even more. The censorship for misinformation and the confusion and chaos, and of course the polarization. They really want a civil war. They really, really want that. They're desperate for that. So what did Bill Gates know before? Did he know beforehand? Ace of Cups reverse. So great sadness here, emotions there. Yeah, I think that they really, really want to upset people here. The funny thing is the globalists do these things, and Bill Gates himself admitted, which I found interesting. Now, I don't know if he was telling the truth or not in this clip, but it was a video I saw. I think it was on Twitter. Yeah, it was on Twitter. Bill Gates said that he was surprised that during the whole COVID psyop, of course, he didn't call it psyop, but he said Bill Gates was surprised that people turned on him and Fauci and vaccines. He was surprised. He didn't expect that. He thought you'd all be good little doobies and do as Bill Gates tells you to, because Bill Gates is the expert on vaccines, don't you know? He learned that in his software class. So he was surprised by that. So the point is, globalists do these things, but they never know how we're going to react. That's why it's so important to not follow along with their script and to see what they're doing, right? So you know what the end game is. Like what's his name? David Icke always says, you know what the end game is. It's digital currency on one world order. So you see where they're leading to, and you can't avoid falling into their psyop, because I see this as psyop to really upset people, something new, Ace, to really depress and upset people and to get the whole world riled up, right? That's what Megalodon Harry are, but this is what the globalists are doing with this shooting, because it's this and then this. Wanting to upset people and get people all emotional, because if you're acting emotionally, and you're not thinking rationally, logically, and that's when violence will erupt, and you say stupid things and you get called out for misinformation and you lose your job. When you say, oh, we had it come in, and you lose your job, and they want that. They want this. And this is what happened during COVID. You dare say anything against the vaccine, you lost your channel. They took you out. So you lost your banking. Your part, so they love debanking you, and like they did the protesters in Canada, the truckers and all that. So they want that. The globalists love this because it helps them bring down their tyranny. So so I do believe I'm getting strong indications here that Bill Gates and his gang, Larry Fink, Bloomberg, the whole globalist gang, Oprah, were behind this assassination for sure. With Macron, Macron's a part of them. They're all Satanists and they're all globalists. So what's he expecting? Oh, look at this Page of Cups. All right, so you know what this is in this reading. This is Bill Gates, the prophet. He's always got his little predictions, doesn't he? I mean, again, he made this prediction in quotes, information. So I'm getting page. I'm getting 3 pages. It's all about the mind. It's all about the messaging. It's all about Bill Gates, the prophet. He predicts a civil war. Oh, and Bill Gates and Fauci predicted a pandemic back in 2019. When they have all these predictions, it's amazing what prophet he is, isn't it? So that's what he was hoping for. Bill Gates is hoping that they'll manipulate you mentally into starting a civil war. And then you'll look back and say, oh, look at that. The genius, the absolute genius. Bill Gates predicted this. Oh my gosh, right? That's what he wants. That's what he's hoping for. He's hoping that, you'll see this clip of him predicting a civil war. And you'll go back because it's all in the mainstream media, New York Times and Wall Street Journal, and the kids going forward in the future in school will only be able to access mainstream media. So then sometime in the future, the kids will look back and say, oh, look at that. Bill Gates predicted this back in 2022 and it happened in 2025. Wow, he was a genius, right? So that's what he's hoping for. Yeah. And 3 pages, by the way, is about arguments, disputes, right? Basically what this is about with the Charlie Kirk thing, with the murder. But there is a lot of disputing and a lot of arguing, and that is what Bill Gates and his gang would call misinformation and start oppressing people. Anyways, so what is Bill Gates afraid of or not want? Wah, wah. Yeah, he doesn't want the other side to win, that's for sure. He doesn't want the people to win, the other side being 99.9% of the population. He doesn't want them succeeding and keeping control of the left and right and forcing through and getting some justice, which is badly needed and we're still waiting for. He does not want that. He doesn't want people. I love this card because they're so calm. The black and the white, the left and the right, they're just calmly sitting there with their arms folded like, oh, is that what you're going to do next, Bill Gates? We see you. So he doesn't want that. This is what he doesn't want. He doesn't want you all calm and powerful because that is the power we have, is to not comply and to not be triggered by them and to not fall into their traps, not play along and not be emotionally manipulated, not let our reptilian brain, it's very important, look into how they try to instigate your reptilian brain, because once that's activated, the reptilian brain, the lowest part of everybody's brain, where it's about survival and reproduction, and if they manipulate you with a scare like your life's in danger with a pandemic, then that overrides your critical thinking. You can't think. Right. And this is what scammers do to scam people out of their money. They get them upset, worried about something, that they're going to die or something, their loved one's in trouble, and they can't think. And that's how scammers steal so much money from people, phone phishing and all that stuff. But that's what, how did I get off of that? I apologize. So, not to fall for it is the bottom line. Step back and think critically about the situation, because the Charlie Kirk assassination was to get everybody's reptilian mind of survival, like, oh my God, we're being attacked. It's getting violent, triggered, right? So what's Bill Gates hoping for? Oh, King of Wands reverse. Well, I see a King of Wands often as Trump. I think he wants Trump to be taken out of office. I think he wants him taken out, period, if you ask me. I know he's hanging out with Trump like they're old buddies, but I don't think they are. I don't think they are. He wants it destroyed. He wants the government. He wants mayhem. He wants chaos. And he wants to, of course, destroy our ability on social media. If you want to look at this as social media, big tech, I would see this as a tyrant. He does want to be, you could look at this as Bill Gates wanting to be a tyrant, a dictator like Xi Jinping. I mean, that's basically where it's at, that where it's going towards, this digital currency and stuff, to be Bill Gates wants to be a tyrant. Okay, I think this is what it is, really, is Bill Gates wants to be a tyrant like Xi Jinping, a dictator. That's what he wants. That's his goal. So he already works with Xi Jinping, right? The surveillance system they have in China is based on Microsoft. It's all intertwined. The same with Facebook and Zuckerberg. He's also very intertwined with China as well. So anyway, they're already part of the Chinese Communist Party. They're just waiting for it to destroy America. That's all. So how does Bill Gates view the people? How does he see us? Oh, look at that. This is how Bill Gates sees we, the people, the 99.9%. And he wants us to shut up. It's a blindfold so you don't see what's going on and shut you up and lock you down. Yeah, that's what he wants. Yes, this is the people being imprisoned in their Chinese Communist Party system. He wants to shut you down, make you dumb, not allow you to get the truth in any media whatsoever. He wants to block the truth, and he wants to tie you up and keep you uh, in a constant state of ignorance and helplessness. The minor arcana. He does not like people at all. Surprise, surprise. So what's going to happen next? What's he going to do next? The sick mofo. Oh, 10 of cups upright. So I see things putting on this facade of everything is going great. I kind of, in this case, I'm seeing this, the rainbow part of it, which is the globalist agenda. So I see something completing here. They have completed quite a bit. They are getting up their AI, and Trump just signed some kind of AI tech thing with UK. So they're going ahead. So while they're distracting everybody with Charlie Kirk, at the same time that his shooting happened, is murder, they Congress, what was it, approved or voted on the Epstein files being released, and it hasn't happened. So that was a win for them. So I think that was the timing of it as well. But I also see this, things going well for the globalists. They've been pushing out the digital currencies in different countries. So they're pushing ahead with their agenda successfully because everybody's distracted with this while they're forging ahead with the next, blocking the Epstein files and forging ahead with their agenda, with their digicoins and whatnot. And I forget what country it was. Was it South Korea that they closed down 86 million bank accounts to force people to go to digital currency? They're forcing people to do it. That's how evil they are. And in the long term, wah, wah, 6 of Swords reversed. So I don't see Bill Gates going forward successfully after this. I think that in the long term, he's going to be going back. I often see this as the stirring the shizzle card, right? But I see him. This is Bill Gates trying to lead us into the Chinese Communist Party system. He's trying to lead everybody there, but it's not happening. It's going backwards, and it's not succeeding. So, but I don't see a total disaster here. I see that maybe a return. This is an international card. This is like foreign affairs. It could be him, bringing more foreign agents here, perhaps, or something of that nature. Or using, this could be using the immigration. This could be seen as, in the boats going over to the UK. Maybe he's going to be bringing more immigrants over with George Soros, as they've already done under Biden. So I do see him doing more of that in the future and working on being, especially with our information swords, causing more confusion and oppression. I got a lot of swords here. They're most concerned, Bill Gates and his gang, they're most concerned with swords, our speech, our writing, our knowledge, what we know about. They don't like us knowing about them or what they know. They don't want us to know the truth. The truth, the only truth they want you to know is the truth they give you, like Harry and Meghan. We tell you this, that's the truth. You take it. And you say otherwise and you censor. That's Bill Gates and Harry and Meghan and Bloomberg and Oprah and all the rest of them. That's their motto, Gavin Newsom, all of them. So there you have it. That is what I see. I do think Bill Gates was involved. He knew about it. It's part of the agenda. It's been working successfully so far. It's distracted from globalist maneuvers going on all over and continue. But there are going to be hiccups and problems here, at least for the next few years. I don't think things are going to go smooth with him. But don't forget, he is most worried. I got a major arcana for what he's worried about is that major arcana, we have the power and to decide how things play out. They can pull their tricks and their murders and their snipers and attacks to try to trigger us with the left-right polarization, but we are the ones that have the power in the end and continue to do so. Same with not complying with other things. So yeah, there you have it. That is what I see for Bill Gates. I think, yes, him and his gang, very much so involved with the murder of Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And thank you all for watching. I hope you found this interesting. So please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.